Hello, everyone, and welcome to Market Mapper. I started this channel to give new and experienced traders insight on how I break down the markets and try to do my best to pinpoint areas for the next impulse leg or retracement pullback. In this video, I will start with blank charts and walk you through what I'm looking at. I use a combination of ICT, moving averages, and supply and demand zones. And at the end of each video, all the indicators and notations will be left on the chart for the next day, so we could see how our analysis played out. I will be doing these every day to see how we progress and pinpoint areas where we can capture massive moves. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, turn on notification bell, because I'll be releasing these every day. Also in the comments, if you find this helpful and would like me to break down any other stocks for future videos, let me know. Let's get into it. All right. I just wanted to get started today with NQ. In yesterday's video recap sorry about that. I drew out two paths, right? So the downside path was if this inverse 1 hour fair value gap, it was bearish and then it was bullish. I said if we break through that with displacement, come back and retest here, that would be the, that would be the short. That'd be the low risk short, stop above here. I also drew this path on the long side and said if this holds, I would look for a long within here. Let's break that down even a little more. Let's go to a 5-minute. This was the idea. Price was here, came into here, right? Came up. I was expecting it to go maybe to the 50% of the of this 15-minute here. Let's go to a 15-minute. Let's see what I'm talking about. We didn't get up that high. This was the fair value gap I was trying to get the 50% of. We didn't even touch the itself. So yeah, we didn't even touch that 15-minute bearish fair value gap there. And then we came down and retested this hourly fair value gap again. And it, wicks do the damage, right? Bodies tell the story. Look at these bodies are this body barely came into it. Barely came into it before heading higher. Let me drop back down. So this was the path. When I charted this, it was over here. I wanted it to come back into here, which it did. Went up, didn't go as high as I was anticipating, obviously right here, to come back down. Came back down. I only had it testing the gap itself, as opposed to coming back into the encroachment. But, it just gave anybody who missed this another opportunity before heading higher. My first profit taking zone, on this was a 50%. We just went right past it, came back down, tested this area, right? And then kept going higher. I had it ending right here. But it even went past, at the end of the day, it came back down, retested this 50 and pushed back up. So let's see, why did I have it end right here? If you turn on regular trading hours, we have a gap right here that needed to be filled. We pushed right past it, came back, retested it before moving higher. So why did we stop here? Let's see. So this is going to be based off of, previous highs. Previous highs, all-time high zone again. Oh, I wanted to note too. Okay, that was the bounce from after hours. I'm going to remove that. So since this path played out here, we can go ahead and remove that. I'm going to leave this because We can change it now. It was a bearish order block before, and now it's just a gap, right? That's what, see. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to delete that. Right at this 32. Gapped above. So between the 50 and this 32 is open. And what is that fib? That's from that high to this low. Those were the price targets on the way up. We can also remove this. All right. We can remove that now. And what was this block here? What was this that we had? A daily inverse fair value gap, right? We gapped down lower on this day. So this was actually a bullish fair value gap, right? We gapped down below it and inversed it. It came up and respected the 50 before coming right back down, right? That was the previous day video. And now we're back above it again. So we actually inversed it again. All right. For me, I think let's clear the charts completely. See what we're looking at. So we know we have a gap right here that's going to need to be filled at some point. So let's just chart it, right? Gap in the market right there, right? That way we know if we enter inside of this gap, we could see if we possibly get respected or not. I would like to put this here for pullback zones. So these pullback zones, I'm going to zoom out. Let's zoom out. See what we got. Weekly chart. Still bullish, still moving up. I like this. That is a nice wick for continuation. Let's go to a daily. Okay, so you can see here. Bullish daily, bearish daily. That was the inverse, right? We're back above it. That's very bullish. Drop down to an hourly. So we just have this gap here. Filled this gap here today. That's what we're looking for. Like this. I'm going to chart this. Okay. This here is our 1 day inverse fair value gap on a daily time frame. I don't want to see anything below that, really. Unless at the end of the day it's a wick, right? Say we do come down here and fill this gap that we have and the body closes above it, that's still bullish. Yeah, look, I mean, we just charted this inverse fair value gap on a daily time frame and it held, right? It's just a wick through it. Body's respecting it. How'd that get there? And this is here. Gap in the market. I'm going to go and delete these because I don't think I had the contract date right, and that's why the after hours was, so I had this off on accident. I'm going to redo that fib projection, so let's go to a 15-minute. Okay, I'm going to do regular trading hours right here. We want to plot those. It's going to change our projections a little bit. I apologize for that. Okay, there's one. Coordinates, 25 cents. Higher template is going to be profit taking area, -3. Coordinates, 1275. Style, PT. All right, so we pop up through here. Those are profit taking zones, 18,66675 and 18,81275. All right, that's what we're looking for. I mean, you could see a lot of respect in this location. Look at, hit this -1 standard deviation and got rejected, right? Oh, that's where we opened at, actually, right? Market opened here, pulled back, filled the gap, came up, respected that, came down. So that was from yesterday. We gapped up this morning, right under this daily fair value gap, right? Hit this 10 EMA and continued. So if we're, I mean, I just don't like, let's go to electronic trading hours. Where did we pull back? 50. All right, well, we pulled back a 38 already, and half of that. So we're already respecting this daily inverse here. I'm not quite sure when this gap will get filled, but I don't think it'll particularly happen anytime soon. I mean, unless we inverse this daily fair value gap again, we might have something come back, respect it, this area. I would not be short anything currently, unless we inverse this again and it looks good to take it short to fill this gap. But honestly, I think we're going to go higher. I think we go for 8. We go for this -3 standard deviation. So I guess I would be looking for, actually, let's do this. Let's see. Come on. Magnet. There we go. I'm going to change the color. Okay. Say green. All right. So that's a 38 as well. 23. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if after hours we continue to push up a little bit. Well, maybe to the 61. It's tough. That is a tough one because what are we hitting right here? What are we hitting? What am I missing? I don't know. What are we missing? What are we missing? We're getting rejected from here. I mean, there's just a wall. So, um, what's our time frame? So bearish 5-minute fair value gap there. That is what we're right at the 50% of it. Look, and that's what's keeping us from going higher. Looks like we have another one right there. And then obviously there's this one up here. So I wouldn't want to go long unless we got over that. Let's go back to the hourly here. We have a bullish fair value gap here, right? Look at that. It's the 50% of that is basically at this 32. So let's make that green for bullish. Okay. And it's the top of this daily inverse fair value gap. So maybe we can put something together. Let's drop down to a lower time frame. We cannot get over this bullish or bearish 5-minute. So maybe this scenario plays out where we can get through, right? Get through that and push up. That's what I would be looking for. The 50% consequent encroachment of this hourly bullish fair value gap to go long, which is also the top of the gap itself on a daily time frame, right? Is that the daily one? Yes, one daily inverse. And then hopefully it would inverse this. Give it the strength to do so. I wouldn't be going long anywhere right here unless this is inversed and held. So no long unless this is inversed and held, right? You could low risk long here, stop right below, right? This is just a roadmap. Doesn't have to happen exactly like that, but it's just trying to help a low risk trade. And I wouldn't be short trying to fill this gap unless we inversed this daily, you know? So something like this, if we just sell off hard, come back up, to fill that. That's kind of the scenarios I would be waiting for, right? Inverse this, retest it, hold it, go long, take it up. Ideally, come into this hourly and gives it the boost and that we need to get through this, because right here, just hanging around here is no trade. Something happens, sell off, come up to here. I mean, what kind of economic data do we have tomorrow? Looks like we have non-farm payrolls, U.S. unemployment rate, hourly wages. Okay. Non-farm payrolls, that's going to be a mover. So I would like to see either this scenario, if we go short, inverse this daily fair value gap again, would show some weakness to take it lower and fill this gap. I mean, that's a good move. That's 150 points right there. this is your low risk entry for it. So let's hop over to Bitcoin. There was no trade for me then, as of yesterday, right? This is all low resistance liquidity run right here. There's a untapped hourly fair value gap. I think we were right around in this zone yesterday, and it's gone nowhere. It's done nothing. I said it was no trade for me. It's still no trade. It's been in this range. So I'm going to leave that one alone, see if anything happens tomorrow, and we will put it in that video. But for now, we'll stick with NQ, see which scenario of these play out going into non-farm payroll. Maybe we get this, boom, 866675. That would be great. As far as we could tell, there's nothing bearish about the structure on a daily. So shorts for me are scalps for the most part. I'm not trying to take the market to October lows. That ain't going to happen. So we'll see what takes place, and thanks for watching.